Hello, you can check Portal Games, another episode of Portal Games Informant. We made a lot of playtesting this week and Marek lost all the data, so we have no shooting whatsoever, but we have one story for you because this past week we won Game of the Year in France for Detective. We are very happy. The very first Informant 2 years ago, it was us being nominated for Golden Geek for Crack Havoc and Tides of Madness, and now 2 years later we won Game of the Year. So watch the new Informant and see my small story about Game of the Year, France, Iello, Detective. Go! Detective won yesterday in the evening the Game of the Year. This is me, Slavic Ignacy, being super happy. Huge ceremony, a huge splendor, a lot of positive feedback all over the world. I got a lot of messages, thank you, with all the congratulations for the team. And there's a story, there's always a story about the small good deed that I did many months ago that ended up with Game of the Year in France. I was at the Niagara Falls at the Alan Moon gathering of friends, and I was running demos of Detective. I was meeting with influencers and reviewers and many people playing Detective. And there was also my friend JF. JF is a guy who worked at the Z-Man Games when I was releasing Robinson Crusoe at Z-Man Games, and he was editor, he was clearing rules, he was helping me, and over the years we became friends. And I was at the Niagara Falls with Detective running these demos, and JF was there, and I was thinking I'd like him to play the game because he's a friend of mine and I want him to know the game and to play the game. So I approached him, I invited him to play demo, and he said he will find the players and we will play next day. And I was running these demos, and the main thing, the main success of Detective is that this game makes people talk, makes people discuss theories and struggle and brainstorming and making these notes and basically having this table talk time, this detective talking. And I approached JF once again, his native language is French, and I told him, JF, please find geeks and gamers to play with who speak French, so you can play the game in your native language, so you can have a good time. I will not be offended, don't worry, I can sit with you, you will be playing in French, I don't care. Just have good time, play the game with your French-speaking friends, and I will be sitting next to you, you know, playing on a smartphone, no worries. He was thinking about this, and the next day he approached me and he said that if I'm fine, if I'm really fine with sitting with them playing in French, he has two friends of him who want to play in Detective. And we started the game. He was playing with Christian from Scorpion the Mask, publisher of the Crypto, amazing game by the way. And he brought his friend Ludovic, who is working for Iello. I met him for the first time. We worked with Iello, we as a Portal Games, we worked with Iello many years ago. They did in France Neuroshima Hex, they did in France Theseus and the Stronghold, great old times. Now we are working with Asmodee for France. And they played the game, they played in French. I was sitting with them and having no clue what's going on, but you can read the emotions, you can read the mood, the temperature among them. But basically it was 3 hours people speaking in French, and I was sitting next to them. And the game finished, they were very happy, they liked the game. JF thanked me for the game, I said very, very kind words about this prototype of detective. And few hours later, my Facebook Messenger pinged, and I got a notification. I have a message from Patrice. Patrice is a CEO of Iello Games, and he is writing to me, "Hello Ignacy, we want to publish Detective in France." And I say, "Patrice, I'm working with Asmodee." And he says, "Yes, we know that you are working with Asmodee. We know that Asmodee did Imperial Settlers and Robinson Crusoe and First Martians and all other games, but we really, 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 really want to do detective." And that is because Ludovic played the game. He really loved it. He contacted headquarters, and he told them they need to get the rights for detective. Of course, it is not that easy. I came back to Poland. We contacted Asmodee. We were in touch with Iello. There was discussion. There was negotiations. But from the very beginning, Iello proved that they really want this game. They really will care for this game. They are determined to get their license. And finally, we went with the Iello. And even though Asmodee does Robinson Crusoe, Imperial Settlers, Crime Havoc, First Martians, detective went to Iello Games for the French market. They did amazing job promoting the game. The marketing assets they were using on their Instagram feed or their Twitter, we were stealing them. Like, we are literally taking their marketing assets because they were so awesome. The game became very popular in France, and here we are many months later. Yesterday we got the Game of the Year expert category for detective, and I'm super proud of the Iello. I'm super proud of the team here in Poland who developed the game and created the game, and I'm super proud of me, of course, because it all started with me basically wanting my friend JF to have a good time playing the game in his native language. So he found the French friends, and one of them was working for Iello, and one of them made Iello fight for life to get the detective because he loved so much the experience. And here we are months later. Iello gets the Game of the Year. We have Game of the Year. Apparently JF and his friends had a great time back then playing the game in France. So this is my small story, how it became that Iello became publisher of Detective, and how it end up with the Detective getting Game of the Year. It all started with JF playing the game in French back then, and Niagara Falls. That was my story. Thank you for watching Informant. See you next week. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being with us another week, and see you next week. And please, as always, subscribe. Please set notification about our channel, and what's most important, please share with your friends. Tell your friends about Portal Games and our vlog. Tell them that we are the only company in the industry who does vlog every single week and shares passion and documentation from our offices with you. And if Marek will not lost data, you will see a lot of playtesting of Imperial Settlers, because we are playtesting every single day. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.